Okay, so Aquarius. Let's see. I'm going to start with this one. That's just weird. Anyhow, I've just done a reading earlier, and I think it was for Leo. No, it was for Libra. And it also had the reversed King of Swords. And of course, they're your cohorts, if you like, one of your air sign energies. So the similar message goes in place that it did for Libra. And do remember to check your moon and rising signs, because you might find similarities within the readings, which could be, quite profound, or even other messages that are of support or helpful direction for you. But the King of Swords reversed just can kind of give us the feeling that sometimes you may feel ungrounded, that you might need grounding, so you might need to be turned up the right way, which could reflect in your thinking or communication that's going on at the moment. So sometimes it might refer to communication that has gone awry or is missing or not intact, that needs more work or extension on it. This could be in terms of documentation, legal, correspondence, things that are in writing, the forming of businesses or partnerships, collaborations, anything along those lines. It can also mean that you're feeling a bit lightheaded or destabilized. Perhaps you need to focus or take some time out or ground yourself or re-energize yourself or slow down or go back over something. It could mean any of these things. It could also indicate that you have an air sign person in or around your life other than yourself who is feeling this way or behaving in this manner as well. So it's not necessarily bad, it just indicates the type of energies that I have suggested. So let's see what's next. Oh, this is really odd because I have shuffled and shuffled the deck, and in between the two readings there have been other readings done, and yet similar cards are turning up. So the Five of Cups talks to us about feeling a wee bit sad about something, feeling as if there was an unbalanced energy, especially with this one here. The cups, of course, resonate often with our heart or something that we're emotionally connected to or attached to. This card gives you the feeling as if that you've either felt like you've wasted time over perhaps a relationship or an energy or a direction, and it is time to start thinking about moving on from that. So it could even be tied into this over here, this feeling of being upside down or not grounded, or having communications that you were working with not going the right way. It could be all tied up with a person or a situation or a relationship that is perhaps not working so well as it was, and you're dumbfounded as to why it got this way. But there's usually two sides to everything, and even though this can feel as though it's been a one-sided event and the other person has left or fled the scene, it can be because of the way we've handled it or the things we have or haven't said. So oftentimes, if you're really wanting to go back and look into it, there's usually two sides to every story. So sometimes it means we need to, as I said, turn ourselves back around and perhaps redirect something we were doing or saying to address a situation like this. But more often than not, it is time to move on and head into a new direction of some sort. Exactly, and number 13 is the Death card, transformation. So it is a big major arcana. You've come up with cards straight away from the reading that almost point to like a really big change of some sort coming, at a very personal level, because transformation, or the Death card, is personal. It's not something that necessarily others go through, and it's sometimes not an outer perspective that others can see or feel either. It's often very personal and very deep. It can be at the spiritual level, but it can also be at your own soul's journey or your own physical journey in this realm that you're walking. So sometimes this can conceptualize things such as a career change or a change in your integrity values all of a sudden, unexpectedly, a change in your belief system, a change in how you feel about somebody or relationships around you, a change in a health paradigm too. For if any of you have been suffering from extended health issues, they may be about to pass out of your life and you might be moving into a more favourable patch. So this death card can come to us at many different levels, and because this is a general reading, you can only to go into it yourself personally and see where you think this is affecting your life. But it generally does relate to fairly big picture stuff, and it's part of your karmic cycle of events. Emotional withdrawal is hand in hand with this one. They're very similar energies. Just the feeling of needing to take the time out, spend some time alone, also feeling a little bit of sadness about a loss of something in your life, often around the heart-related energies, so emotions often tied into relationships. Look, sometimes this can be something like a job, or as I say, it can be a paradigm or a belief system. But whatever it is that's affecting you emotionally, it seems to be on your mind in May. This one is also about imbalance within relationships and feeling as though you might have put a lot of effort into something, but another person or another perspective or dynamic of the situation has not been putting in as much as you have. And again, it often comes back to relationships. I quite like the picture on this card because it talks to us about spending some time with ourselves, meditating on, what is truly right for us or wrong for us, seeking to find resolution and answers by ourselves without necessarily needing another person or needing that person or people who might have left our lives. Sometimes it could be beneficial to seek counselling or mediation, but you find a lot of the answers from within your own soul's desires and destination when you meditate and spend time alone. So they are both a little bit sad, and they always are, even with the traditional decks of tarot, but it's about resolving your feelings and putting the energy into how you feel about your life and where you want to head. So I think this month is very much about you and looking after yourself and listening to your higher self, listening to your guides, listening to your intuition as well, to know what it is that where you want to go. And there's the angel of love coming to you. Sometimes this card will turn up as a compassionate gesture, and to see that the crystal is coming from her heart. So it's almost as if it's saying, there is love and support around you, so don't feel unloved. And in particular, love yourself and embrace yourself with kindness and gentleness and support. But yes, this angel of love can also come in as new potential romantic love for some of you, if you are seeking it. It can be the healing of the heart, which can take time. Again, and we've talked about that a little bit before with this emotional withdrawal card, taking the time out to, heal and find out what it is that you want and what you deserve in life. It can also be the angel of love coming in terms of overall prospectus of other people in your life, just offering support, nurture, care and love. So this doesn't have to be at the romantic perspective. It can just be people who are around you, such as family members or really good friends or community, or even people that you work with one way or another. We talked a little bit before about trusting your intuition and really connecting with it, and this is the 6th chakra archangel Metatron, who's a powerful angel who comes in to really work very closely with young people, so children and up to the age of like the mid-20s. Metatron can be very helpful in resolving crises around people in this age bracket, or like negative feelings, anxieties, fears, phobias, depressions. So you can call upon this angel to help placate any situations that might be evolving that are tied into people that you know that fit these categories. So also for your own benefit, Archangel Metatron can come to you through the third eye, which is your intuitive or psychic ability to connect with your higher self, with collective conscious, with source energies, so that you can be sparked with ignition and ideas and passion and insight and understanding, which might be really helpful again in determining what these things are about for you and where they are headed. And if you see the difference in the cards, how these is quite somber and moody and dark, but this one comes to you with such light, bright activation, and the sparks in the back of the card. It's almost like when you focus in on this one, you can find the spark of life, and you can find the spark of new ideas coming to you, especially through the mind. So look out for this archangel and the activation that he can create for us in helping to resolve or solve or open doors for you. Speaking of opening doors, yeah, see, you've got the hostilities card here too, which just does talk about, quite frankly, people around who are wanting to cause a little bit of tempestuous energies, sometimes arguments, sometimes there's people not being very nice to you behind your back. So just watch out who you're trusting, who you are telling things to. So don't tell things to people that you wish wouldn't come out, or secrets that you should have been keeping, because often it's energies like that when this guy is around, he's going to do your head in. He's going to make trouble and cause issues, especially with other people too. So let's say you were told a secret, or you were told something very private and confidential, or even business-wise that is not to be known for a certain amount of time, but you decide to pass it on. You will probably get hauled over the coals for that, and you could lose friends, you could even lose something like a job, or you could be taken in and given remedial action. You know, in a job when you're you have to go and see your boss, and it's like a first warning or a second warning. This sort of thing can happen when this guy is out, so he's not actually the best. But that's a nice card, fulfillment of wishes. Now this is the second time this card has come out in the May readings, so I do feel that there is this buoyancy behind the messages that are here. You've got a very similar reading to, I think it was Leo. There's almost like a juxtaposition of things going on, as if there's positivity and potential to harness new opportunities and to focus on creative abilities with the likes of this card and the Metatron and even this Angel of Love. So there are opportunities in focusing on positives for you, but at the same time you've got a whole bunch of others that are working in another sphere or dimension. So there's two passages or two doorways going on in this month, and it'll be up to you to juggle them and to decide which one gets the better extension of energy, or where you focus more on, or how these ones interact with these ones. There's definitely something going on that's combining them one way or another, but this is a wonderful card to receive, and it is about having your wishes fulfilled. So make a wish on something and really put the effort and the work in behind it, which is kind of what that guy is doing in the background. He seems to hold some sort of scholarly scrolls in his arm. So this can be possibly about like a certification that's come through, or the end of a degree that you have been sitting, or knowledge that you have been learning that is playing a role now in your success and movement forward. So it is still a really good card. Another angel coming out for you, this is Uriel. So you've had a couple of really good benevolent protectors for you within the reading for the month of May, which is really nice. Do remember to call upon them if you are stuck or feeling flat or can't find resolve or resolution for something, because they can be really helpful. I noticed too that they're really coming through this mind and the head, the psychic realm, the third eye, the pineal gland. This is the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. And Aquarians, you are so much of the mind, like your minds never stop. So you're very cerebral, and this both of these angels are working with this part of you. And because we had that first one where it said that you might have been a bit ungrounded or lost something, or were going in a wrong direction, or have a blockage that needs clearing, these two can help clear the blockages up in this part of your body as well. So there definitely is a message here about clearing blockages, getting free-flowing energy coming back into your mind and your bodies, and then travelling down into the rest of the chakra centres. Some of you might have felt also stuff going on in the head, whether it's emotional or like feeling depressed or tense or anxious, and that can come about through transformation, because transformation creates change, and sometimes we find change to be a little bit stressful. So some of you might have been feeling these emotions coming through and having a bit of trouble dealing with them. Both of these angels can help you work through that and energize you with positive, lighter energies, bringing in awareness and support and protection as well. So I do think these ones are really worth calling on for this month of May at any time that you feel like things aren't flowing for you. So remember to open up in that part of your body. You might also, some of you have physical sensations like headaches, neck ache, backache that need relief. So osteocranial work, going to a chiropractor, doing some Reiki healing or spiritual healing, or movement of some part up in this area of your body. Some of you might need new glasses, you might have your ears checked, all sorts of stuff like that come to mind. The Eight of Pentacles, wow, this one often talks to me about the base chakra, the bottom part of our bodies, so down in this lower area here. So if that's blocked and the top is blocked, then flow is blocked and creativity is blocked. So if some of you have come to a point where you just can't get through something, or it's not shifting or changing or growing, or you are missing an answer, or you're missing a cog, all of these things need to be open and activated for the flow of creativity to come. It can also include lack of money, lack of finances, lack of job satisfaction, lack of home or family life satisfaction, lack of feeling grounded, which we saw from the very beginning card as well. So some of you feel as though you need to almost go on a retreat or have some sort of pay attention to yourself in May and really treat yourself to some harmony or some massages or something beautiful and physical that is a relief and that moves your body and moves the chakras and allows the flow of energy. For some of you, this could be associated with physical conditions that are creeping in, like feeling as if you're stiff, sore bones, or arthritic, or unable to move, or whether there's something that affects you from the top down to the bottom. Could even be something like a flu or a cold that's been disabling you. But overall, it is a positive card in traditional terms and talks about your hard work in dividends is paying off, and that you are reaping the rewards along the way of life as well. So financially, it can mean that you feel financially stable or successful, and that your craft that you're working on could be just growing slowly, and that you are still formatting it and structuring it and learning about it. But it's generally perceived to be a positive card anyhow. The 5, you've had a couple of 5s, or this is another one, of Wands often means that there's competition out there, so don't sit on your laurels. There will be people around, and we've seen that right from the get-go with you. Other people affecting your month, even though we said it was also about you and making sure you look after yourself. Other people are having their 2 cents worth and trying to tell you what to do or push you around, especially in places like careers or your creative sector. There is competition around, so don't forget that other people have kind of what you've got on offer. So make sure you put your best foot forward and give off your best attributes, and don't give up. Just keep pushing if you've got ideas or concepts or projects or stuff happening. Let's have a look at the soul's journey. Wow. Oh, amazing. Change. And if you look at the mandala, and I talked a little bit earlier about how powerful the mandalas are and how they can sort of activate the words on the card and the situation that they're dealing with, and it's change. I love the orange colour in the background, and that deals with the sacral chakra area. So we're getting nearly all of your chakra centres connected, because we've had a lot to do with the heart as well. So we're just missing one at the moment, and I wonder if it'll turn up. But change says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And much earlier on in the piece we had this card, the transformation. So what I will do is read from the book for you. I'm trying to make sure the light doesn't shine too much on the cards. It's just come really dark outside and rainy here, so I have to turn the lights on for the reading. Okay, there is a certain comfort in the idea of living a life without surprises. The status quo has an appeal, but you will never learn or grow if your circumstances stay the same. Everybody wants life to be better, but that requires change. You have chosen to incarnate into this physical dimension called Earth because of the myriad of opportunities. If you don't take advantage of them, what was the point? Staying within your comfort zone is overrated. With change comes transformation. Wow. And that's what it says in the book. With change comes transformation. So you've got the message twice. Very powerful. It was one of the first cards, if not the first one that came out. So there's a big message here for you guys about accepting change, or looking for change, or adapting to change. Stop viewing change as good or bad, because all change nourishes your soul. Don't equate it with a lack of control. Life happens, and it's supposed to happen. You can direct how it plays out, and you always have the power to accept a change that redirects your path. So, yeah, amazing. 2 cards that have tied themselves in from the very beginning of the reading through to towards the end. Very powerful for you guys to tune into and see where in your life change is coming this month, and how powerful it will be in bringing you to the next stage forward of your soul's journey and evolution. So, partnerships and alliances can be very much about career opportunity as well. This is the 3 of Wands. This often is a card of expansion, of new horizons, of new awareness and partnerships. Sometimes if this is around career, it can be that you grow the career outwards to new countries, to a bigger public arena, to more customers. You could be signing documents to form an alliance with another person, and it could have been this other air sign person who was not decisive, or that there were a bit of stagnation or something going on in the very beginning, or perhaps it merges itself through as the reading works its way through, and you guys come to forge an understanding of what is required to make this partnership and alliance. But it's a very positive card of growth and expansion. Oh, wow. So you guys have done, got a lot of angelic energy and talking about your body and the chakras and healing and allowing this transformation to take place. So it's transformation at all levels for you guys. And because it's general, again, I don't know whether for you watching it, it's heart or personal, emotional relationships, or whether for you watching it, it's your health, or whether for you watching it, it's your career. So if you get my understanding, there's so many different perspectives now that we could be talking about. But this is Raphael. So you've got Metatron, Uriel, Raphael, the archangels coming in to be with you, to support you on your journey of awakening, awareness and transformation. This is the heart. So this is through the heart chakra now. So we've come in from the crown down to the third eye into the heart. And this is about healing any pain through relationship trauma or loss, which is what we saw with these cards. Helping to understand that happens for a reason and to resolve it within yourself and remove pain associated with it. It can also be physical heart conditions that you need to have looked at, either yourself or someone close to you that needs to have a physical addressing of the heart. So one last card. Wow. Magician and the Mirror. And again, this is a very powerful card. It's a major arcana, and it makes me think of the fulfillment and wishes. So do you see what I mean when I said earlier that there was a dichotomy in your reading of all this amazing positive energy, but at the same time we had some stuff going on in the background, and where they seem to join in or come or pull asunder, I'm unsure. It feels to me as if there's a whole bunch of different scenarios going on at once, that you perhaps have a very busy month in many different directions, and that your energies and focuses might be completely pulled apart for different reasons at different times. But when you get cards like this, there's so much positivity and future options of growth that you must shout for happiness, and must go, yay, yippee, this is giving me the knowing that there's growth and positivity and option and the time of magic coming. So like with all magicians, we see the figure 8 on his head and it is illuminated. This can be the karmic cycle of life. It could be what this has all been about with these people that are perhaps leaving your life, just understanding that the karmic return has been done, its cycle. But it's a very positive card that offers complete magic around certain situations. The only thing I do say with it is that you have to do the work yourself. It doesn't just happen to be, not very often, like a winning lotto ticket. It's more about you finding the opportunities within a situation and pulling them apart to reorganize them into a structure that will be positive as you go forward. So sometimes this can be from a negative beginning, something that you deem to be unfavorable or stressful or something that's bothered you. But if you pull it apart, strip it down, recreate it and turn it into magic, then that's how alchemy happens. And those are the times in life that you can really grow with such benevolence and positivity. So it's like you get a karmic opportunity, like the number 8 above his head. You get this opportunity in life to have some alchemic reaction that pushes your soul further on its journey than would normally happen. So do look for whatever opportunity it is in the month, and there could be more than one, that is providing this magic enhancement for you. And as I say, you have to do the work yourself and you have to look for it. And sometimes it's hard work and it's a bit of a chore and a pain, but wow, you know, the writing is on the wall. There is plenty in this reading that is favourable and positive and offering immense change.